Sorry about the full start, guys. Welcome. Morning, still morning, just about. Welcome to the Introspective podcast. My name is Ty, and this jittering guy next to me. Sorry, my name is Jay. This jittering guy next to me.
Oh man.
What's your name, bro?
My name's Ty, so I'm just trying to sort out my Facebook Live. Keeps telling me to rotate. I hope that's cool now.
Yeah, that's good.
If you guys are on and you can see me properly, just let me know. That should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So so we've created this podcast for the purpose of giving you our perspectives on looking into one's self, hence the name Introspective, right? So introspective, the definition of introspective, the act or process of looking into oneself, right? So what does that mean to you?
Well, it could mean a lot of things. Self-reflection is one, where you basically can take time out and get to know who you are, your own characteristics, your own personality, your pros, your cons as you as a human being, how you can deal with situations, how you can control your emotions and not be reactive, you can be proactive. Just things like that, just looking into oneself and gaining a better perspective and understanding of who you are.
I hear that. So over the coming weeks, we want to cover a lot of topics, all sort of tailored towards, like I said, looking into yourself for the solutions as opposed to expecting it to come from the outside world. So one of the journeys that I've embarked on recently is to change my morning routines, and I guess that's the first thing we're going to cover today.
Yeah, that'd be the first topic.
Morning routines. So for me, morning routines has become quite crucial. I'm not consistent with what I'm about to talk about, but I try to do it as much and as often as possible. In my personal life, I do shift work, so it's not always that easy to get up at certain times to embark on this morning routine. But if you keep the fundamentals, it doesn't really matter what time of the day you wake up. Whether it's not morning, it's still your morning because you've just woken up. So certain things that I do is, first and foremost, I try my best for the first couple of hours of the day. I try my best not to touch my mobile devices, my remote controls. I do my best not to be influenced by anything going on in the outside world. So when I've woken up, it's purely about me, my mind, my mentality, and getting myself right before I give myself to the world. So Ty, you don't have a morning routine, do you?
I don't. Looking back, I don't think I've ever had a morning routine, but I used to meditate quite a lot. I used to do it in the mornings and I used to do it at night. I no longer do that. Maybe I've got to the point where my ego has stopped me from meditating, where I've probably thought or think I've got to a certain stage within my life where I am mostly in control of my emotions. I'm more proactive than reactive. I'm very calm as a person. If you know who I am and what I'm about, I'm very calm, I'm very zen. It takes a lot for me to get upset. So in that regards, I've kind of stopped meditating, but I do tend to pick it up again. But no, I don't have a routine. Mostly because I got insomnia as well, so I don't sleep. As you know, I'm a night person. So getting up in the morning or the afternoon is probably get up, wash, get ready for work and go to work. So I don't really have a morning routine per se.
But one thing I have picked up from people who used to meditate or do meditate, I've noticed they do have a very calm aura about them. And that's something that I aspire to have. I'm trying to get there. I'm not there yet fully, but I was going to come on to meditation, so I'm glad you covered it, because the next part of my morning routine would be to have some time for myself, be it prayer, if you're religious and if that's what you choose to do, prayer in the morning, meditation, or something as simple as just reading a book. Just really invest time in yourself, because what's going to happen later on in the day is once you switch on that smartphone or you turn on that TV or you leave your house, the world is going to just chuck itself at you. Everything's going to come at you, and how you decipher this information is going to be heavily influenced by what you've done with yourself first. So if you wake up and you're already in a bad mood, and you don't take time to calm, then when you hear what's going on in
the world,
yeah,
it's not going to put you in a good note.
Exactly.
It's not going to be a good step to start your day, is it?
Exactly.
But going back to prayer, you don't really need to be religious to pray, because if you believe in the law of attraction, where it's where you're sending out messages in the universe and hopefully you'll get something in return, prayer is one of the methods you can use. You can talk to whoever you pray to, or you can just pray to the universe. You can ask what you want or what you need. And then for meditation, it's kind of you listening. So it works two ways. You need to put your message out there, and then you need to listen to receive your message. So with prayer, is you put your message out there, and then meditation is you listening and waiting for your reply. So yeah, you don't really need to be from the religious background or have a religion to pray.
Some of the people are feeding back that the connection's not the greatest. Don't know if it's down to Wi-Fi. Sorry,
it's probably
about
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's probably
I don't want to tell you where we're
outside,
broadcasting from, but the Wi-Fi, I'm not surprised the Wi-Fi.
yeah. We're outside, that's why the Wi-Fi is probably a bit choppy.
Yeah, the reason why I mention prayer is because ultimately, I'm no longer. I grew up very religious. I grew up following a faith,
What faith was that?
Islam. I wouldn't say I'm in that world anymore at all. But what I would say, and what I do see from people who are very religious, I also see that same sort of calmness that meditation brings. So I say prayer because whatever brings you to a state of introspection and calm, and I'm all for it. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it's prayer, if it's meditation, if it's reading a book, if it's what else is there? I don't know. But do you know what I mean? So I don't want to isolate anyone who's religious or who prays or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's just whatever you do. My point from this is do whatever you need to do in the mornings that is from within, that brings you to a state of looking within as opposed to looking without. Yeah. So yeah, and obviously deal with affairs of the home before. So this is what I do all within the first couple of hours of having woken up. I'm looking to pray or meditate. I'm also looking to deal with matters in the home. I got kids. I have a partner. So don't forget the people in your house. Because I say all of this because the most common thing people do is they wake up and the first thing they do is grab their phone.
Yeah.
First thing they do, they grab their phone. Their phone's right next to them, so they grab it. Try to put your phone as far away from your bed as possible, so that when you wake up in the morning, the effort to get your phone is too great that you just think, forget it, I'll leave it there. That's what I do. My phone is like on the floor, charging way in the corner of my room, and
Good thing is to do is switch it off before you go to bed. Switch it off,
yeah,
and
definitely.
just try your best not to pick it up until you're actually going to leave the house, or you've left the house and you're on your commute. Pick it up then if you have to, but
Exactly.
giving yourself to the world and taking all that negative energy and negative information from social media is not good for you to start your day off. It's like,
And that's what
pay
most people
attention
do.
to yourself first. Yeah.
That's what most people do. They pick up their phone, they're on their phone, scrolling through Insta, scrolling through Facebook, liking, and all of this is just, it's setting you up in the sense of you may not, it may not click straight away. And this may just be me. I may just be very weak-minded. I'm cool. If you lot, if this doesn't have this effect on you lot and you feel as though you're good, carry on as you are in it. But for me, there came a time where I sort of noticed that all of these little things cause little agitations in my personality, in my day-to-day life. It kind of puts me on little edges. So I got a lot of I follow a lot of gym people, fitness people, and I wake up in the morning and the first thing I'm doing is watching Mike Rashid bench press like 200 kg, and I'm still struggling on like 100 kg or whatever, and it's just like these little things build up. It's like what they call it on the internet, caches. You know, like you're into every page you scroll through on a web browser, it picks up little caches from that page that you
basically
viewed.
it picks out the information that you've
Viewed.
and then it will continue to keep showing you that type of video or post that you keep looking at.
And then
and it just feeds you that same thing over and over again. So if you continue to looking at fight videos and murdering videos, all that disgusting stuff,
or Donald Trump videos.
yeah,
So,
just constantly put that kind of shit on your phone, and it's not good. It's not good, especially with Facebook as well. Most of the time on Facebook it's either world star fights or someone beating their child or some disgusting kind of shit. And you don't want that to start your day off, do you? So
that's it.
yeah.
So and then from that, obviously, not to go into too much detail, but I have my shower in it, and then but there is, I don't know the science behind it, but I try to have as cold of a shower as possible. Okay, I'm not at the level of full cold yet.
Why do you do that?
So based on some of the videos and information that I've digested, it's something to do with the strengthening of the mind.
Okay.
So obviously to be able to take a cold shower, like to get into anything ice cold is like you've got to be So there's some correlation between being very strong-minded and focused and cold showers. So I'll get more information on it and we can have follow-up discussions regarding it, but at the moment it's more to do with being able to, how can I word this, just being strong-willed, like, so having a focus for the day and not being detoured by whatever may come to me during that day. Cold showers, I've noticed when I have cold showers or as cold as, I'm probably at about
Lukewarm.
no, do you know what? I have to rate myself. I'm quite cold, but I still have to have a.
How long have you been having cold showers? Or
I would say for about 3 months.
okay.
3 months.
So I would say it's still in that summertime you've been having cold showers.
Yes.
So when it comes winter, what are you gonna do?
Well, that's the thing. But but I'm still gonna.
Well,
go
let me
with
ask
it.
you something. What do you think about breakfast? What do you have for breakfast? Because breakfast is the most important meal of the day, as they say. And because we work in the underground, we have to deal with a lot of people fainting in the morning because they don't eat breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
And sad to say that it's probably 90%, if not more, women that faint.
Yeah.
And not having breakfast before they leave the house.
Yeah.
What do you have for breakfast? And do you think it's important to have breakfast?
So I grew up with that mindset that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I've always had breakfast throughout my life. Obviously, there's been times I haven't, but generally, breakfast is a meal that I try not to miss. Like, why would I? But again, as time has evolved, there are research coming out to say that breakfast is not actually as important as
lunch.
I don't know about that, but
When they say the heaviest meal is supposed to be lunch.
okay. But I've
Probably
heard,
the lightest meal is dinner.
yeah.
So breakfast.
But there's been some studies that say that that notion that breakfast is the most important meal is a myth, and it was created by, who was it? A company name, was it Kellogg's? I don't know. I don't know the full details, but I think it was Kellogg's in trying to sell. It was either Kellogg's or some bread company in trying to sell the
their
notion
products.
of, yes. They then said breakfast is the most important meal, and that's where that concept came from. But with that said, whether it was from them or not, I want breakfast in the morning. I have breakfast in the morning.
So what do you have in the mornings?
I have oats with banana. I have those wafer sort of biscuit bread type things with peanut butter
Okay.
and a cup of coffee. That's what I tend to have like 90% of the time.
Okay.
But yeah, what about yourself? Do you eat breakfast in the morning? Or when you wake up, seeing as you don't always wake up in the morning?
So guys, it's a bit windy out here. Shit. Damn. You guys fell. But yeah, you know what? When I wake up, I can't actually digest anything apart from liquids. So I normally have a cup of tea or coffee. Yeah. When I was young, obviously when I was young, going to school, Mum used to make us breakfast, we used to eat. But as I got older, I kind of was intolerant of consuming food the first thing in the morning. I used to like heave, so I couldn't even eat anything in the morning. But I could drink water, I could drink anything. But actually physically eating, I couldn't do it. So now, once I get up, I don't even have anything. I might have a glass of water. When I get to work is when I have a coffee. I used to have like a muffin, a croissant, but now it's more difficult because I'm vegan. I can't have a croissant, I can't have a muffin because it's got obviously dairy products in it. Oh, it's cold out here, sorry guys. But yeah, I mostly snack more than I do have meals. I think when it comes to like dinner time, I will have a set meal.
Okay.
Or lunchtime. So depending, obviously we do shift work as well. So depending on what time we're authorized to eat our meals, our meal breaks. But yeah, I don't really have breakfast.
So you said it stemmed from when you were younger.
Yeah, I don't know where or what period of time.
Yeah.
Where it got to the point where I couldn't eat anymore in the mornings. But it was.
But have you tried to revisit it recently since you've turned vegan? Have you tried to revisit and say, well, maybe it could have been the sort of stuff that I was being fed or
Possibly.
eating?
But since I turned vegan, I've had shakes, so that's still liquid.
Okay.
So I make sure I have all my essential minerals and vitamins within my shake. And because it's liquid, I'm able to eat or drink it.
Okay.
But physically eating since I've getting up, I can't do it.
Still. Okay. And guys, we're gonna cover veganism in future future discussions, because I'm not about that life.
You're not about that life just yet.
No, I'm not about that life.
I'll convert you, don't worry.
I have no interest to be about that life yet, but I must give it to Ty.
Okay.
There has been things in the past that I've been like, nah, I'm not about that. And he's got me round. So, but as it stands right now, that vegan life is not for me.
Not for now.
No, as I'm sitting here right now with you,
Yeah.
I'm telling you 100% that vegan life is not for me. And I can see it never being for me. That's what I'm saying. But obviously, I'm of a growth mindset. I enjoy. I want to have a growth mindset. I'm always inquisitive. I want to learn and know, find out about new things. But
You
I
know
love
what?
my chicken. I love my eggs.
You
I
like your
love my
cancer
fish.
chicken. You like your
Let's not let's not
your
let's let's not go
hormonal foods.
let's not go there
But
right
no,
now,
no,
innit?
no.
But
We'll get into that topic later.
But yeah, so back to the morning distractions. I don't know. Let me see. I'm not sure if you lot can see my phone, but one thing I've done on my phone to help me in not having these distractions is all my notifications are off. So you WhatsApp me, I won't know until I decide I want to go into WhatsApp and see what's going on. If you text message me, I will not know you sent me a text until I decide. And tech, obviously, who texts nowadays? But there's been days, Ty, I've not checked my text message, and I go in there and I see like bare text messages, and I'm like, shit, like,
What, you haven't checked it for days?
yeah, because who texts? Who texts nowadays? And without the notification being on, I forget to go in and check text messages. But yeah, one thing I had to do to help improve my quality of life regarding this morning routine situation is turn off all my notifications. Because I literally was someone who every 2 seconds wants to pick up the phone, every 2 seconds wants to pick up my phone to see what's going on. And now, since I've implemented this rule of not touching my phone for the first 2 hours of the day, I'm all better for it, and I'm now no longer this person that every so often feels like they need to check their phone, even though my notifications are not on. So you would think that, right, because you ain't got your notifications on, you're probably checking your phone more often, because, do you know what I mean?
You wanna
Because
see,
you want to
did
see,
someone
yeah,
message me?
has
Someone
someone
messaged
messaged,
me.
has someone, nah, it slowly weaned me off of that constant need to check my phone. So yeah, so that's another benefit, and that's another method you can implement if you want to try this morning routine thing. But guys, all I would say is, like, whatever you choose to do in your morning routine, try to do something that
Involves
serves
you.
you. Yes,
Involves you and only you. Keep the
exactly.
outside world away for at least an hour.
At least, you know what I mean. I see my mate Easy's on, so I know certain people like to have a wake and bake in the morning. We all know what that is, you know what I mean. But yeah, what I mean, listen, if that's what you do and that's your time that you take for yourself to look within yourself and be introspective, as opposed to always being influenced by external factors, then do what you got to do in it. But like, I highly recommend having a morning routine that serves you, and reevaluate it from time to time as well. Think about what it is you do, and think about why you do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't just go with whatever you do every day, you just do it. Like, why do you do this? Like, why do you pick up your phone as soon as you wake up in the morning? Or why do you, I don't know, why do you shower before you do this? Or why do you do that before you shower? Or what? Just question everything you do, and sometimes switch it up. Switch it up.
Let's get into meditation.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions, because we're on Facebook Live. If you have any questions, just post your questions and we'll see if we can answer them. Yeah, meditation. You said you meditate, or you're planning to start meditating?
No. I meditate, and again, not consistently. Not. I don't want to come across to people as like someone that's got the answers to everything, and like I've got the blueprint to life and shit like that. Not at all. I'm figuring it out like everyone else, but I meditate more often than not.
What's your process? How do you meditate? Because not everybody knows how to meditate. So just take us step by
Cool.
step as to how you meditate.
So I want to start by saying I don't think there's a right or wrong way. First and foremost, yeah. That's how I feel. I dedicate half an hour a morning to meditation. That's my max. Sometimes I can only maybe get in like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, but however long you take, it's still, I see it as I'm still giving back to myself. Yeah, as much as I can. So half an hour is my max, purely because obviously I've got a life. I have to do shit in it. I've got things that I need to do. So half an hour meditation. But my process is, I've got a few apps on my on my iPad that are like meditation theme music, which headphones in, go into my front room, close the curtains, close the door, dark room, sit up on my couch, and just put the headphones in, close my eyes, and just listen away. What I found in the, oh my god, what I found in my early days of meditation, Ty, it was mad. All these thoughts just start jumping into your head. Like, you just start thinking the most random shit. It's literally like just clearing out a cupboard of all the clutter. It's that stuff that you just didn't even know was in there. It just all starts coming, and this is literally your body. I felt as though it was my body trying to reject meditation. So I felt as though it was my body saying, why are you trying to be calm? Why are you trying to do this? Like, no, remember this, remember that, remember this. You got this to do, you got that to do. What about that person? What about this? Oh, how about you check social media now? How about, I bet Ty and Ashley are bantering in a WhatsApp in the group, or I bet there's like, this is, everything comes to your mind. Everything. And as time goes on, and I'm talking as time goes on within the process, that moment, and as time goes on, as in day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, as you continue the consistency around meditation, those things,
your mind begins to settle.
Because it begins to settle. Those things stop coming to your mind, and you can literally get to that calm space a lot quicker with consistent meditation. So, example is, I meditated this morning. Before this morning, I hadn't meditated for about maybe a week, and today was a struggle again. So it was almost like a week's worth of clutter was back in my mind, and it was all scattering around and just jumping around like a
So when you meditated this morning, you was listening to music.
Yeah.
When you listen to music, do you try to think of something specific, or do you just allow your mind to wander?
My goal is to think. This is gonna sound mad, right? But my goal is to eventually get to a field. It sounds mad.
No, go on.
It's eventually to get to a field where there's nothing around. Literally nothing. An empty field. Massive. Can't see the end of it. Can't see the beginning of it. And I'm in the middle of the field by myself. Just there. That's my end goal. But in that journey is all the clutter. So before I get in there, it's all the clutter just jumping around in my head, which is distracting me and stopping me from being in that field, seeing myself in that field. So the goal is to see myself like in, what's that, bird's eye view.
Yeah.
See myself sitting in that field by myself.
Not a beach.
Nah, not a beach. It's mad. It's just a field. Yeah, it's mad. When I first started, it was the moon.
You wanted to picture the moon.
I wanted to picture myself on the moon.
On the moon.
Just on the moon by myself. But yeah,
Okay.
I can't explain it.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Let me say, when I used to meditate years and years ago now, what I found difficult was to keep still.
okay.
You want to itch. You want to itch your nose. You want to itch your head, and that's what I felt was the most difficult part. Concentrating wasn't that difficult for me. because I did a bit of research beforehand, and I found that if you concentrate on one word and continuously keep saying that word in your head, it kind of eliminates the rest of your thoughts.
Okay.
So I used to like concentrate on something that I wanted. And funny enough, I'm not gonna tell you what I asked for, but there's a lot of things that I've asked over the years, and I've got,
Okay.
and I believe it's through my meditation as well. But yeah, I concentrate on one word or a phrase, or whatever the case, whatever I ask for that specifically, I will concentrate on, and I think and felt like all other thoughts were very limited, if not they would disappear. But the most difficult part was to not itch or scratch my head or
Swear.
or
So
blocking out
did you
outside
actually
noise.
deprive yourself of itching and like? Did you?
In the early stages, I'll be like, try to meditate now, I'll be like, or, but as you get on, you be like, my nose is itching, but I'm just gonna, there's nothing on my nose. It's just one of those things, isn't it, where your body just wants to start acting up. So you just try to block it out and just kind of concentrate more on what you're actually trying to do and accomplish. But it is difficult. It takes time.
And I think this is why I say there's no right or wrong, because
No.
if I need to itch, I'm itching. I'm itching. Like if my head's itching, like,
Yeah, but
I'm
once
sitting there, but I'm itching. But I do find the itch breaks my breaks my
It'll break your
concentration.
concentration.
But
And what it would do as well, if you itch, obviously, the way we feel is for our nervous system, innit? So once you itch at one point on your body, that might set off another nerve in your body, so you'll itch that. And then you'll just be like fidgety, do you understand?
Okay.
And you won't be able to sit still.
Okay.
But if you feel like an itch or you need to move, just ride it out. And eventually it will just disappear.
Okay.
But in the early stages, it's very, very difficult to do.
See, and I've
practice.
heard that form of meditation where you like concentrate on a word or concentrate on like one specific thing. I've heard about that.
I've used different methods. I've used candlelight.
Okay.
Where you stare at the flame.
Mm-hmm.
And you can obviously breathe and concentrate on your breathing and what you're thinking about, and try to limit your thoughts. I've tried just sitting there, no music, no sound, and try to meditate. And I've tried concentrating on one word or one picture in your mind. So there's so many different ways you can do it.
Yeah,
it's whatever suits you.
I think one I need to try is without the headphones,
without music,
just sitting there and with nothing. That I think that
would be one of the most difficult methods to do, because you have to remember there's outside noise.
Yeah.
If you've got people in your house.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
You have to block all of that out.
Yeah.
So it's probably one of the most difficult ones.
I think that would be next level for me.
Try concentrate on one word. For example, use like success, or something that you want to gain, like good health.
Yeah.
Or just concentrate on the word health. You continuously keep saying it over and over in your head with your music.
One thing you said earlier, which I wanted to come back to, was when you said when you meditate. Sometimes, what did you say? You're asking the universe a question.
Yeah, so when you're praying, you'll kind of send your message out there.
Yeah.
See it as a text, innit? You text your message, you send it out there, and then you have to have a signal to receive it.
Yeah.
So meditating is you listening for that message.
For that message, yes. And that's one thing I must say, that through my process of meditation, I have some ideas have come to me regarding things in my life.
Yeah.
Like, but this is without me having the knowledge of what you just said, in terms of you are asking the question and then receiving it. But
asking and receiving can be in the meditation itself. Because meditation is kind of a form of praying, because when you're meditating, you can also send your message out there. You can also listen for your message to come back. So within meditation, you've got praying and you've got receiving. So you don't have to necessarily pray.
Yeah.
Because when you pray, if you're not actually saying that loud and you're saying it in your head, that is a form of meditation.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
If you're not saying the words out loud,
Yeah.
you're just saying it in your
In the
head
head.
while you're praying.
Yeah.
That's meditation.
I get it. And this is another reason why I preach morning routines, and within morning routine, meditation, prayer, whatever, because a lot of answers, like you can get the answers to a lot of things that have been worrying you. We all have things going. We all have worries every day. You know what I mean. We all got stuff going on in our lives, and sometimes you can't get the answer when everything's noisy. Like you can't get the answer when you're distracted by social media and this and that, and like you can't. Sometimes you just can't get the answer. So sometimes the answer comes from just withdrawing yourself from the world, sitting down and reflecting within, and the universe, God, whatever you want to call the higher power, gives you the answer. Sometimes you can't receive that answer when you're too. Sorry, go on.
Most of the time, it's you get the answer from yourself.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So they say that you got the subconscious, you got your conscious, and you got your superconscious, which is your godlike conscious.
Okay.
Where you, depending on what you believe, if you believe in your higher self, that's where you get your answers from.
Okay. See, my mate, this brother goes.
We can go into it another time, but yeah.
Nah, we can go into it now. You just.
I'm tired. Can't go into it now.
Nah, but it. Yeah. No, but it.
We'll leave it for another time, so we have more topics we can talk about.
But it's true though. He's right in the sense of, it's look. The point of the matter is whether you're getting it from your higher self, whether you're getting it from your God, whether you're getting it. If you don't put yourself in the position to receive that message or that answer, you're not going to receive it. So, gonna cut it here, but the main point I'm making is take time for yourself. Don't be so quick every morning. Don't be so quick to project yourself to the world and give yourself to the world. Take time, invest in yourself. The number one person you can invest in that's going to be able to move you forward is you. Yeah, so that's it really. Ty, you got anything more to add?
I would say think before reacting. I would say, because a lot of us are very emotional, and I wouldn't say emotional as in crying and all that kind of things, but we tend to react to things that are not that deep, to be honest. Like some might be rude to you, or you might react to something you saw on media or whatever the case might be, but just think before you react, think before you speak, and I think your life will be drama free for the most part.
Yeah, we're going to cover that more in future podcasts, because I'm in the process of reading a book called Power of Positive Thinking. I don't know if you've heard about that book, but yeah, it talks a lot in there about how you react to things and stuff like that. So, but I couldn't agree more, and I must say, when I first started meditating, obviously you know the line of work we're in, yeah, we get customers cussing after us on the regular, service disruptions, late trains, all of this stuff, you get it, and it's always your fault. But I must say, in my very early days of meditating, it got me to a point where literally
nothing will bother you.
It wasn't bothering me.
You know what?
It wasn't bothering me.
Doing meditation really helps, because it kind of eliminates, or it dilutes your ego, because most of it is ego. If someone says something to rude to you, or they give you attitude, your ego will be like, I want to defend myself. Do you understand? I'm not going to take that ish from just anybody. But when you meditate and you kind of have that introspect and you understand who you are, you don't need to prove yourself to anybody. So your ego goes down, and then you'll be less reactive and you be more proactive. So yeah, meditation, guys, meditation.
Morning routines, meditation. Not everything requires a response.
That's true.
Like, do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter. Cool. Train's not coming right now, or you just missed your train, or and like, do you know what I mean?
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world, man. Like, but yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in, and just look out for future Facebook lives, podcasts, between Ty and myself. It's all gonna be, like I said, it's all gonna be based on what you can do to affect your life, because you control your life.
Hopefully we can indulge in conversations about health, well-being, peace of mind, things on that kind of in that nature. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. So that's it. The Introspective podcast. Once again, I'm Jay.
I'm Ty.
And it's been a pleasure.
Peace.